State of Mississippi continues to be in contact with all of our local emergency managers, as we will continue to deploy resources as necessary and as they are requested. Today, we have 79 warming centers that remain open. The total number of people in these warming centers is just shy of 1,500 as of 1 hour ago. We have resolved 55 medical facility issues. I want to reiterate to Mississippians that extreme cold temperatures are expected throughout the weekend. We are prepared to respond, but lows will be freezing throughout Mississippi, and wind chills could be near or below 0 degrees. Please continue to check on family, please continue to check on your friends, and please continue to check on your neighbors. We understand that many of our communities may have challenges with their water systems due to the severe cold. MEMA has stockpiles of water available and is able to quickly deliver to any impacted community throughout Mississippi. Also, the Mississippi Department of Health's water systems expert is fully plugged in and engaged with our Emergency Operations Center and will be monitoring water systems throughout the weekend. If your community is experiencing issues with its water system, please speak to your local emergency manager and request assistance. MDOT will continue performing winter weather treatments throughout our system, and they will be working on and monitoring exit ramps. I am also announcing this afternoon that I have extended the Mississippi National Guard's activation by an additional 7 days. A total of 650 soldiers are currently deployed, and they will continue to offer logistical support to the state's response. In addition, the Mississippi Department of Public Safety's Special Operations Group from across the state have also been extended through at least February the 4th. DPS regional units will remain on call to assist motorists and can help transport those without power who need to get to a warming center upon request. The state of Mississippi continues to make progress responding to the storm. We still have more work to be done. I can assure you we will not stop until that work is complete. I'll now take questions, and everyone that is standing behind me is happy to help answer should you have specific requests. Questions? Seeing no questions, I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank everyone for the work that you are doing, particularly those emergency first responders, those linemen that are doing everything in their power to help people and get the lights back on and get the heat back in individual Mississippians' home. We'll continue to pray for all, and we will continue to say, God bless Mississippi. Thank you all.
Governor Tate Reeves there again, talking about some of the recovery efforts here in Mississippi related to this. I'll bring the kind of the headlines here in the last couple minutes. Again, the extension now for the Mississippi National Guard, 650 soldiers that are currently deployed, extending that deeper into February, also extending by 7 days. DPS also going to be I guess, available in order to get folks to warming centers. And one of the questions I have is how that connection is made between the two of those, whether that is you find yourself in a situation where you need to get to a warming center, you call 911, they connect you to DPS. That's one of the things that I'm not completely sure, was not able to get in and hop in there with a question in time on that. So I apologize for that. But DPS is available. They have a special, I guess, group that will help get you to a warming center. And that is of critical importance with the forecast, because I'm going to pop over and show something that you're going to show coming up at 10 o'clock, or not 10 o'clock, but pretty much all the shows today. But I do want to at least show this before we go. One of the issues is just how cold temperatures are going to get overnight. We expect them to get down there into the mid-teens. And when you factor in a northwest wind at 15 miles per hour, that means wind chill temperatures are going to be close to zero. So that makes a difference if you're outside. If you're inside, the 15th of critical importance, because you'll notice we just do not increase much tomorrow, maybe mid-20s. So with extreme cold, and I don't like throwing around that word, but this isn't record-setting cold, but it's significant considering he mentioned still nearly 80,000 Mississippians without power, and a large portion of those here in the northeast part of the state and north part of the state. We need to be planning to get someplace warmer because this is colder than it has been the last couple of nights. It's been more manageable, but if you're one of those folks that kind of starting to run out of whatever it takes, then you need to make sure that you are planning ahead now to get to one of those locations. Let's see here. We're looking behind the scenes here. I do know that there were a few reporters there, not as many reporters as were there yesterday, just checking kind of on the Zoom as far as that's concerned. The power outage situation is improving. We hope to talk to Northern District Public Service Commissioner Chris Brown a little later on this evening here. Power outages, we're down to 15,000 outages there for folks. Whoop, that's got interesting pop-up there on top of me. We'll see if I can figure out why that is there. Apologize for that. Let's kill Zoom and see if that, well, that didn't help us. Huh. Well, that's something. We'll take that back down. I guess we could show power outages a different way here. Always a new little quirk, isn't there? You can see the very cold conditions. We talked about that a moment ago there. Power outage situation is expected to improve over the course of the next couple of days, but ultimately it's going to probably take weeks before we see full restoration. We start look by percentage here. Again, still large percentages of Tippah, Benton, Lafayette, Yalobusha counties, and then obviously many other locations back into the Delta there. Part of this, Greenwood out there still sitting at 66% power outages, 61% there, closer to Rolling Fork, Chula, we're looking at about 28%. Still Yalobusha County in the county, about 60% or so, 50% for both locations around Charleston and back up there closer to the Oxford area still. So unfortunately, still large percentages of folks without power. We'll kind of get a little bit of recap on that. We will check in with some emergency managers coming up during our forecast coming up at that'd be, I guess, 5 p.m. this evening. We'll talk a lot more about that kind of information. Our live shows, we do have those every day at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. I'm looking behind the scenes here just to double check on some of your questions. Carroll County certainly dealing with many issues there, waiting on a few folks to lose power. Hopefully that is not the case, but certainly it is dangerously cold weather. We'll talk more about everything related to this and get some updates from some local emergency managers coming up at 5 and 6 o'clock. Keep it here for the latest, and thank you so much for watching, subscribing, and supporting us here on Mississippi Live Weather.